How's it going, everyone? I am the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub, but you all can call me Mr. Responsible because I've taken care of all my responsibilities after getting home from work today. I let the dog out a few times. I've even fed myself because I'm responsible for myself above all else. If I am not responsible for myself, how can I expect to be responsible for anything else? But you didn't come here for life advice. You came here to click the subscribe button. My goal is 1,000 by the end of the year. As I'm recording this, I'm sitting at 626. Feels like yesterday I hit 500, so thank you so much for that. If you think that I've earned it, consider hitting that button. If not, let me know how I can earn your subscription by leaving comments below. I actually recently, like today, have now qualified for YouTube memberships. It hasn't quite gone through yet. I had to do the application process, but like that's pretty insane. I didn't think I would get there. Necessarily at all, let alone this fast since returning to YouTube last October. But you guys can see the deck that we're playing today. I'm here to play some bad Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. That's what you're really here for, not life advice. And we are going to be summoning Dark Magician, declaring direct attacks, and GGing our opponent. Love that old stupid ad. But yeah, you guys can see here, it's a Dark Magician deck. We're running 3 Dark Magicians because we want to be running 3. And one of the cards I always say, you gotta look at the cards that work for your archetype that you're trying to build. And with Dark Magician, there's a bunch of meme cards like Knight's Title, but we're running Sage's Stone and 3 Dark Magician Girl, because I figured this and the Skilled Dark Magician are the 2 easiest ways to get the 2 Tribute Dark Magician onto the board, besides like discarding and premature burialing or Call of Haunting. I mean, that's cheating. Not really, but you know, it's just a sneaky way to get it out. But if you're actually trying to summon Dark Magician using its own cards, the 2 best ways are basically Soul Exchange or Snatch Steal. Maybe an Apprentice Magician goes off, gets a monster, then you tribute over for the 6-star Dark Magician, because it's only 1 tribute, and then use Sage's Stone, special summon a Dark Magician from your deck. And then from there, maybe you can tribute both of them for a Sorcerer of Dark Magic. That's what I want. I would love to summon this guy. This was, I think, was he in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie? I feel like he was in the movie with the Pyramid of Light. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like that's where I remember him from, and he was so cool. Loved this card. I had him as a kid, and I thought it was like the coolest thing. Just when you're a kid, anything with lots of attack and many stars you think is the greatest card of all time, and then you like grow up and you're like, oh, Magician of Faith is actually one of the best cards. 1-star, low attack. But you guys can see the deck here. I mean, again, real quick, Apprentice Magician works with the Skilled Dark Magician because it can give extra spell counters. Also float into a Magician of Faith to get more spells for the Skilled Dark Magician, or for a Tribute Fodder for the Dark Magician Girl. The Soul Exchange actually is pretty interesting because, say I have, I don't know, a D-Mock or a Dark Magician Girl or a Dark Magician, one of my 6 or higher level spellcaster monsters, and my opponent is sitting on a Chaos Sorcerer. I can Soul Exchange and actually tribute both of them for my Sorcerer of Dark Magic, because it doesn't say that you control, it just says level 6 or higher spellcaster monsters, which Chaos Sorcerer does count because it's a level 6 or higher spellcaster monster. So it can be kind of memey to use a Soul Exchange and tribute your opponent's Chaos Sorcerer to special summon the Sorcerer of Dark Magic. I'm hoping that it goes off. That would be the coolest thing to ever happen, but the rest of the deck is pretty standard. The Trinity, some Noblemans. We wanted a high spell count just to facilitate the Skilled Dark Magician, which is why we're running the Upstart Goblins. Triple Sage's Stone just so we can get the Dark Magician Girl into Dark Magician combo off as much as possible. I cut... Actually, where is it? I swear I had one... you know what? Where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. There we go. The Dedication through Light and Darkness. I think that is a little better than maybe Triple Dark Magician. We'll see, but I think that if we can get the Dark Magician on the board and then tribute it off, the only one though, like it's so hard to get him on the board, and these rely on having Dark Magician on the board, but you can get a free D-Mock and then search a Premature Burial and get back the Dark Magician, and that fulfills the Sorcerer of Dark Magic. So here's the deck. We're going to go and try it out. This is by no means the best version of a deck that runs Dark Magician. The best I would probably say is just a Fusion Turbo deck where you're trying to summon Dark Paladin and click this button for your viewing pleasure. I select paper, but going for Dark Paladin Turbo is probably the best. But I wanted to use some different cards. No Dark Magic attacks in this deck. It is pretty sick to use the iconic attack of the Dark Magician. Okay, so this is tough. I so desperately want to summon Skilled Dark Magician in Delinquent Duo and get a token for the Skilled Dark Magician, The real play that you all see is obviously activate Delinquent Duo, set Magician of Faith, potentially do it next turn. So that's what we're going to do. Hitting the middle card for my opponent. Playing against Big T. He's got a lot of experience. Hit a skill drain. And he gets rid of Judgment. We will set Magician of Faith and end our turn. Dark Magician Girl with Premature Burial is pretty good because we'll be able to premature something back. And then if we draw Sage's Stone, tribute whatever we premature back with 4 Dark Magician Girl and then Sage's Stone, we will flip and get ourselves the duo. Of course, getting that right back to our hand. He sets 1 back row, 2 back row. And we draw, unfortunately. He is, 1900. That's what the token represents. I do think we will normal the skill to Dark Magician. And just end our turn. If he wants to crash the Zombira, that's fine. I suppose he could have a skill drain, which would be pretty unfortunate. But we'll see. Skill drain would obviously turn this back to 2100. The fact that he put a token on late makes me wonder if he does have the skill drain. He was almost in his mind thinking ahead that it's gonna be 2100, so yeah. Attack, does he chain a skill drain? Nope. And it wouldn't be chaining, but activating a skill drain. I just say chain because it's a common nomenclature. Alright, so let's go ahead. Activate the Delinquent Duo. Getting rid of Spicy. Armed Dragon and Exiled Force. I should have summoned the skilled Dark Magician. We could have had a token on him. But we'll just swing for 19, so misplay by me already. Strategic error, not misplay. I don't misplay, I make strategic errors. I apologize if you can hear my dog rustling around behind me. He called the Haunted's getting Armed Dragon. So we'll take 500 damage from Call the Haunted, Armed Dragon. We get BLS. We will banish a Light in the Dark. And with Prio, get rid of that Armed Dragon. And just end our turn. Don't want to attack just in case that's a Sakuretsu armor. Take the guaranteed plus by getting the Armed Dragon off of the field. Also, I don't think it's really going to matter, but it does keep Call the Haunted on the board. No gores for him. Here is Sage's Stone. Alright, we have to make this play. This is the only play. Because we have an opportunity to summon Dark Magician and declare direct attack. It's the next card in our deck too. We summon the Dark Magician. Okay. Here we go. Attack directly with BLS. He Sakuretsu armors. Not ideal, but fine. We take 4,500. I'm sad about it. We didn't get to summon and declare direct attack, but maybe this turn. We draw our third Dark Magician Girl. Well, only thing we can do, obviously we're going to attack. And he has a Mirror Force. So sad. maybe I do need the Dark Magic Attack, because that would have been the coolest thing you've ever seen if I drew Dark Magic Attack instead of the Dark Magician Girl, wipe his back row, and then attack for game with Dark Magician. There's a Masked Dragon and Sangan. We'll take 2,400. And, yeah, I mean, that's game. We can't summon anything. Unfortunate. Okay. Let's bring in these decrees. And then again, yeah, decree does seem good because we saw judgments. I feel like we had some pretty bad draws there. Alright, we'll start by just summoning Breaker and ending. We have Sage of Stone, Dark Magician Girl, and Soul Exchange. And Graceful Charity. Opening hand is Breaker, Chaos Orc, Graceful Charity, and then, like I said, Sage of Stone, Dark Magician Girl, and Soul Exchange. So, Breaker can pop a back row that he might put on the field. If he sets a monster, Soul Exchange can get rid of it. Summon Dark Magician Girl. Summon a Dark Magician from our deck. And then Graceful Charity could potentially draw us into the Sorcerer of Dark Magic, which would be pretty freaking hype. Alrighty, I mean, this deck's just fun. But, unfortunately, my opponent looks like he was lagging, left the duel as returned. The game can now resume, except... Okay, there we go. The game has resumed. I feel like I'm going to get Delinquent Duo. No, I get Snatch stolen. So he takes my Breaker and tributes it for a an Armed Dragon, not Dark Armed Dragon. We'll take 2,400 from the Armed Dragon level 5 attack, and we get another Sage's Stone. So we will obviously tribute for the Dark Magician Girl, activate double Sage's Stone to get 2 Dark Magicians out of our deck, and now, come on, Sorcerer of Dark Magic. Apprentice Magician, Nobleman across out, Pot of Greed. Okay, we'll get rid of the Nobleman, get rid of the Apprentice Magician, activate Pot of Greed, Skilled Dark Magician, Royal Decree. Okay, not ideal, but fine, because we got a Decree. By no means is that what we wanted. But he's setting a few back row. We'll activate Decree in the end phase. And we draw another Sage's Stone. No lights or only darks, so can't summon Chaos Orc. We will attack with the Skilled Dark Magician, unless he's got Scapegoats. Okay, I know we didn't declare with Dark Magician, but like, you guys saw how the damage is going to work. We summoned Dark Magician and declared direct attack, and we won. Told ya I was the master. GG's. Oh my god, I hope at least, I know one of you is going to remember that stupid freaking commercial that happened. There's the Sorcerer of Dark Magic that we were looking for. But that dumb commercial that Konami did, like, look, I can appreciate marketing. I was a business major. I get it was their effort to market, but like, you gotta understand your audience. Just, I don't know what kid or anyone was gonna see that commercial and be like, you know what? That looks like a really fun game. Like, I don't know. It didn't strike me as very appealing to the youth, and that genuinely is a problem that I think Konami has right now. At least with Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my goodness, set 5 summon Twin-Headed Behemoth. They opened up Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity. And now Trap Dust Shoot. So they're viewing our hand. I'd probably put back the Apprentice Magician. That is exactly what they do. Um, I'm just gonna end my turn. I don't think there's any reason to do anything else. I mean, he knows my hand, so any set spell or trap. 1,500, 2,300. The Goblin attack force that he summoned will go to defense position. I'm just gonna end my turn because Goblin attack force, unless he has a skill drain. If he has a skill drain, then he can switch it back to attack. But as of right now, that's stuck in defense. And I feel like he would have activated the skill drain before attacking. So he does just go to battle. Not ideal, but we'll eat 1,500. And we draw Skilled Dark Magician. So we will normal summon Skilled Dark Magician. He's thinking. He does activate Solemn Judgment. And, I mean, this is game. Because now we'll Heavy Storm. Okay, he did have 2 Solemns. So... yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this deck is a bricky mess when it doesn't hit. But if it does hit, it's kind of fine. So, unfortunately, we just lose to the Goblin attack force attack. And opponent leaves out saying anything. Come on, you gotta compliment my Dark Magician deck. How many times are you playing GOAT format and you run into Dark Magician? Incredibly infrequently. So when you do run into it, you better be thankful. We win the rock, paper, scissors. And hit my opponent with a U2, because he said GLHF. I don't think I've said my line. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. If you're not having a fantastic day, go and make it a fantastic day. And you can come back and finish this awesome video where you summon Dark Magician and declare direct attack. Honestly, one of my favorite comments, I can't remember, I apologize. It might have been Vegeta. I know you comment on so many videos, but someone, I apologize, I'm gonna check right after I film this video. Commented, basically telling me to have a fantastic day. Did that make me feel good? No! So we get Delinquent Duoed, and they hit our Sorcerer of Dark Magic right out of our hand, which is the only one we have in the deck, so we lose it. Discarding Dark Magician of Chaos as our second discard, because maybe we get it Premature Burial or Call the Haunted, and we'll be able to summon the Demock. Opponent sets 1. Also, for duo. Yeah, Skilled Dark Magician doesn't care about whose spell gets activated. And there's an Apprentice Magician, so we do actually have the ability to tribute the Skilled Dark Magician, assuming this is not a torrential tribute. And we will now declare, tribute our Skilled Dark Magician with 3 counters on it. It's laggy. Oh my goodness, is it lagging right now? Okay. We'll summon Dark Magician. And there's the torrential tribute. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. All we were doing, we were powering up our Dark Magician girl. That's what we wanted. Because now we have a 1 tribute, 2,300 vanilla. He summons a Breaker the Magical Warrior, and we will take 1,900 to the face. But we draw Sage's Stone. So we will tribute the Breaker to summon Dark Magician Girl, and we'll activate Sage's Stone. Special summoning Dark Magician. This is 2,300. And we can't attack because of Soul Exchange, but we really win because we have Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician on the board at the same time. And that's all you really need to win. This is Exodia right here. He summons Chaos Sorcerer. And what's he gonna banish? He banishes Dark Magician. Unfortunate. Sets a back row and ends. We draw Chaos Orc of our own. We have no light in grave. We will try to beat over and crash with this Chaos Orc. He's thinking. I wish this was like Spellcaster. Even if it was like gains 100 for each Spellcaster, that'd be so much better than 300 for each Dark Magician or Magician of Black Chaos. So, we will get back Upstart Goblin, I suppose. We just need to see some cards. We draw Breaker. We'll summon the Breaker. And try to pop. So we have Ring of Destructions. We each take 1,600. We'll then activate the Upstart. Drawing Sage's Stone. I wish this was if you control a face-up level 6 or higher spellcaster. And we will banish a light and a dark, banishing the Sorcerer of Dark Magic because we don't need it. And we'll banish the Chaos Sorcerer. Setting the Sage's Stone, that is dead because we don't have any more Dark Magicians in our deck. And likely gonna lose this match, even though, as I've said, we've won because we summoned both Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. Opponent sets a monster and ends. We draw Skilled Dark Magician. So, it is a Gravekeeper Spy. We take 100 from the attack. And he's gonna special summon it, but he can just go ahead and banish it. Because I'm gonna go to main phase 2, use Chaos Orc, and banish the Spy. I remember when people actually played Skilled Dark Magician, just unironically, not to summon Dark Magician, but because it was a decent 1900 Dark, and before people realized Kaiku was just so much better, and they'd sacrifice the 100 attack points that you get from Skilled Dark Magician. You would sacrifice 100 attack points for an incredible effect. Probably Dark... Oh, okay, no, BLS. Oh, he didn't have a Dark in his grave. Makes sense, but... Alright, we're gonna take a bunch of damage here. So we're taking 700, 1100, and 1600. 700 from attack over the Chaos Orc, 11 from the attack of the Skilled Dark Magician, and we'll admit defeat there. Okay. Decrees seem very good here. Get our traps out of there. And Kaiku's maybe over like one Skilled Dark Magician. And Nobleman a cross out. And Nobleman seems fine. But I'm just going to take one out. And maybe I should have kept it over the Light and Darkness card that summons the Chaos, Dark Magician to Chaos. Okay. Opening hand here is okay. I like that we have the Sorcerer of Dark Magic in our hand. I am a fan of that. Also, wait. What, did I not click done siding? Or did I click done? Why didn't it put in the royal decrees? Whatever. Get rid of his MST and Regeki break. We'll go ahead, set Ring of Destruction and MST. We're gonna get heavy stormed. Glad that he's taking his time, because a lot of people just go stand by main and go very, very fast. When you have 4 cards, it's good to wait, because potentially, like, say I very quickly activated the Dust Shoot and he wasn't using phase counters, or, like, you know, the phase markers. If your opponent, say, draws into a 4th card and that 4th card has MST and you have a Trap Dust Shoot, if they want to use priority chain, or use the MST to get out of the 4-card limit for Dust Shoot, that's a good play. But it really, you know, that's why phase counters are important. Phase markers, phase counters, okay. Unfortunately, we are at a standstill here. Opening hand of Demok, Sorcerer of Dark Magic, and a Dark Magician Girl. But, if we just get a Sage's Stone and some way of tributing for the Dark Magician Girl, we could summon the Sorcerer of Dark Magic, which would be pretty sweet. So, let's see how this goes. Opponent has MST. Could this be a Faith face down? Could be a Faith, and they could get back the MST. Which case is fine. They set another monster and a back row. We will end phase MST the back row. It was a Mirror Force. I will happily take that trade. We get Premature Burial. And we'll just end our turn. I think one of these is probably Gravekeeper's Spy. I want a monster to go to the graveyard so I can now activate the Premature Burial. But specifically one of my monsters. Skilled Dark Magician or Kaiku would be a really, really good draw. But I don't think the Kaikus are in the deck. He Heavy Storms, getting rid of our Ring of Destruction. So Heavy Storm is gone. Maybe a Faith. Nope, it's a Gravekeeper's Spy. Spy's gonna get himself another Spy. I'm happy I had that read correct. Does he get a Spy and attack and just start pushing for damage, or does he go defense and have a nice wall? I'm gonna guess attack. I promised I was saying it before he summoned it. Makes me wonder what this third there's the Faith. It probably gets back the Heavy Storm. Exactly what he does. And we take a bunch of damage there. We get Kaiku. So we'll summon the Kaiku. We do need to beat over the Spy. No monster to banish, just checking. I didn't think there was. We are definitely going to get Heavy Stormed, but we need to keep this on the board. We need to force the Heavy Storm and force him to run the DD Warrior Lady into it. Maybe he just doesn't choose to Heavy 1-for-1. No, he does. Misclicking, activate, then declare. Sending the Mirror Force to the grave. So, if he has a monster to summon here, he could make a game push, but he might just have to run the DD Warrior Lady into the Kaiku, and that is what is going on. So he'll take 300, and then we'll take 15. And unfortunately, we're going to draw Sage of Stone right here. Yeah, I mean, might as well. Alright, he sets a monster. We draw the Soul Exchange. So, we'll Soul Exchange and summon Dark Magician Girl. Which doesn't do anything right now, but if we get next turn a Sage's Stone, then we're in business, summoning this Sorcerer of Dark Magic. He swaps his monsters to defense. Dark Magician Girl can't even get it. And really? I swear we're gonna draw Sage's Stone here. Okay, we draw BLS. Yeah, okay, so Sage's Stone was a while. Dang. So close to summoning him. Just quickly, and... Alright. Also, I can't type when I'm trying. One, I can't type because I can't see what I'm typing. I always say I'm looking through my microphone just where it is, and it's so unfortunate. That's why whenever you see me checking what my opponent's saying, I'm like, over here, because I'm trying to look around. Now I have realized I can look over at my other monitor, where I can see the screen that I'm recording. Oh my goodness, okay. One more match to try to summon the Sorcerer of Dark Magic. Decent opening hand. We have Skilled Dark Magician, Snatch Steal, Heavy Storm, Upstart, Call of the Haunted. Opponent opens with Thunder Dragon, getting himself 2 Thunder Dragons. But we could, in theory, summon a Dark Magician this turn. Let us go ahead. We will summon Skilled Dark Magician, Upstart Goblin, drawing an Apprentice Magician, putting a counter on that. Then we'll Heavy Storm. Geki breaks, okay. We'll set Call of the Haunted and just end. We have Snatch Steal as well, so if we do draw into a Dark Magician Girl, we can Call of the Haunted or Snatch Steal the tribute. We draw a BLS. We will just set Magician of Faith and end. Excuse me. I think it's going to get Nobleman. Alright, unfortunate. Faith gets Nobleman to cross-outed, so we lose all of our lights. Well, not all. In theory, we could discard Blackluster Soldier and Void of the Beginning for turn. We will summon Apprentice Magician and attack directly. I could have Called the Haunted and put a counter on a Skilled Dark Magician, but I think that keeping it in the grave for Call the Haunted, potentially tributing for Democ next turn is better. They Snatch Steal my Apprentice Magician. And tribute over it for a Thunder Dragon. I will not take the damage. I will Call the Haunted, Skilled Dark Magician. He has Heavy Storm. Unfortunate, but fine. We'll activate Delinquent Duo. Now that we know all the Thunder Dragons are gone. Getting rid of a Dark Magician of Chaos and a Cyberstein. Wow. Okay. What is he playing? We'll just end our turn. Does he have another Cyberstein? Nope, but he has a Pot of Greed. Okay. Okay, I think that's game. Yep. Alright, so he got game with the Injection Fairy Lily attack. We'll bring in Decrees. And Kaikus? No. Decrees seem fine. This deck, as with many of my decks, is not really designed to be some sort of incredible side-decking win matches deck. It's really just a fun idea that I'm playing to try to summon a Sorcerer of Dark Magic. The other cards that you can try to run with Dark Magician that are fun are Knight's Title. You know what? Actually, I should do. Let's get this freaking terrible card out of there. Maybe put... I don't know. BLS is good. BLS is so good. How can I take BLS out of the deck? Okay, we got him in. We'll go first. But we just are trying to summon the Sorcerer of Dark Magic. That's all I want. And opening hand, I mean, what more can you ask for? Pot of Greed. We have Pot of Greed, Graceful, Nobleman, Premature, Dark Magician Girl, Soul Exchange. We will summon Skill Dark Magician. Activate Graceful Charity. Drawing Magician of Faith. MST. Chaos Sorcerer. Discarding Dark Magician Girl. And Apprentice Magician. Put a token on Skilled Dark Magician. And then we'll just set the MST and end. He summons Breaker and pops MST. But that does mean Breaker is now less attack than my Skilled Dark Magician. Then activate Snatch Steal. Takes my Skilled Dark Magician. And Last Will. Can he do that? Can you? What? Wait a second. That's insane. I mean, I'm not going to remind him that he should be getting Last Will right now, because he could have summoned bigger monster. But, like, wait, why does he have a Dark Magician in his deck? That's incredible. So he's just also running Dark Magician. I literally talked about how, like, you don't see it. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. What are the odds? Alright, we draw Heavy Storm. We got a set Magician of Faith, set Heavy Storm, and Hope. Are you serious? And they just have mind control. That's fine. I'm not going to judgment a fate that would just then put me into lethal range. Takes a snatch steal. And he... No! I wanna... Why is he playing? Oh my goodness, okay. Well, that's gonna do it. I mean, I don't think we can end on a funnier game than that. We get to summon Dark Magician and declare direct attack, and my opponent summons Dark Magician and declares direct attack. I'm just baffled. Did I miss something? Did you guys see anything in game 1 that would have indicated he was also just playing a Dark Magician deck? Also really weird, because he was running Last Will and stuff, and just, I didn't... Wow, like... I was thinking, like, it's maybe when he tributed the skilled Dark Magician, it was kind of a fail-to-find thing, like how you can just discard a Thunder Dragon even if 2 others are in the graveyard and just fail to find. Or I think you can do the same with a Rhoda, I believe, where you activate Rhoda with no more warriors and you just fail to find a warrior, unlike in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you just are not allowed to activate the card because you can't resolve it completely. But, like, skilled Dark Magician, I was assuming it was something like that, where he's like, well, I'm just going to get it off the board, because when you have 3 counters, you're allowed to tribute it. I was not expecting him to summon his own Dark Magician from his deck. Wow. I am just hyped. That is insane. I'm going to have to think of something for the thumbnail, but thank you all for watching. Let me know if you think I was as hype as I do. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you for watching. I'm the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub, and goodbye.